Audio Jungle.
Hello, my name is Umar, and today I'm going to tell you about my adventure with jet engines. But first of all, I plan on being an aviation engineer for the Air Force, and I study at RGOTC Technical College. I am going to grade 8, and I am 12 years old. First of all, when I was made my first jet engine, it wasn't my own design. I had to source it. But my next one, it was better and it was my own design. It featured a combustion chamber and a better turbine, and it used better fuel. But of course it's still dangerous, so I didn't test them much. You could hurt yourself really badly making them, so I don't suggest trying to make your own unless you know someone who has experience, or you are experienced yourself. Making jet engines is quite risky, and if you mess up, you mess up forever. For example, if it hits you in the face, you might need to get a nose job, or you might get disfigured. It burns very hot, hundreds of degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. It doesn't matter, it's still very hot. You might also experience some danger in the making, as you need to cut metals like steel and aluminium. But you can do that yourself if you have a CNC machine, which is a lot safer than the alternative, which is doing it by hand, which is what I usually do. Now my third jet engine is almost the exact same thing as my second jet engine. It's just that the chambers are fitted together better. It features a combustion chamber and a main chamber. The combustion chamber is where the combustion chamber is where the fuel is injected and burned, and it goes through holes into the main chamber where it gets dispensed by either the turbines or compressor. There is quite many differences between different engines. For example, jet engines are different from rocket engines with the amount of chambers and the way the chambers work, as jet engines use turbines and rocket engines use compressors. I have experienced some injuries while making them, like cuts from the saws or losing a fingernail, but you will hurt yourself doing it, so do not copy. I have said it once and I will say it again. Unless you are experienced with the proper safety equipment, have the proper equipment to make, so do your research. It takes an hour to make a jet engine if you have the design already, but it takes 1 week to design one. It takes experience to make a good jet engine, but you will hurt yourself if you try making a bad one. You can buy them, but that's expensive. So there's combustion chamber, main chamber, and the nozzle. The nozzle is split into a certain area and has a certain diameter for the hole, so it can dispense it with proper style, speed, and looks. The ones I have made, they don't produce much thrust, but I'm trying to increase the thrust. You will most likely see some problems while making jet engines. Like, for example, the fuel. You'll come across many fuels. Each of them will work differently, give you different amount of thrusts, and will burn differently. For example, if you use a hot burning fuel, it can last you for longer, but you'll need a better cooling system. And the cooling systems, I'll get into them later. But if you mess up while making the cooling system, the engine can get really hot. They can get up to 1000 degrees Celsius, and if they get up to that, most metals melt by then. Of course, other than tungsten, which is highly expensive and hard to work with. So if you try to make jet engines yourself, watch out, be safe, and anyway, that is my part about the jet engine.